JPMorgan Chase has directed their managers to avoid hiring at all costs. They have also laid down the groundwork for laying off 10% of their operations staff. But get this is despite reporting incredible profit increases. Their Q3 profits were up to $14.39 billion, which is a 12% year-over-year increase. So why is a company that's making and printing money hand over fist stopping hiring? You guessed it, AI and automation is playing a central role to their strategy. In today's video, we're gonna lay down some internal memos that you might not have seen. We're gonna bring some quotes in from some key members of the JPMorgan Chase Bank, and we're gonna look at the exact AI that they are leveraging to become the world's first mega AI super bank. Yes, you can trademark that. Mark Savant said it. Thanks for being here, by the way. Thanks for subscribing, liking the video. I'm coming to you 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, with the freshest, newest AI news that you can use to stay relevant, respected, and financially free during an insane time in human history. Very exciting, but very crazy at the same time. Anyway, let's take a closer look at what's happening with JPMorgan Chase, because this is a huge, huge deal, because they are not the only ones that are doing this. A bunch of companies are doing this, firing staff and slowing hiring. I've covered a bunch of them on the channel, and it's certainly not just JPMorgan Chase. At any rate, you don't need to take my word for it. I want to share a quote here from the CFO Jeremy Barnum, the CFO of Chase. He says to his teams, he says, have a very strong bias against having the reflexive response to any given need to hire new people. So basically saying, hey, before you hire anybody, cause to pause. We do not want to hire new people. Instead, what they're doing as an organization is they're implementing AI. They're trying to be as lean as possible. And to be fair, there will be times where they're going to need to hire new people. That's going to happen with every organization. But companies are being much, much more cautious in hiring. I'm seeing this within the organizations that I work and do marketing with. Very cautious to bring in new people unless they're serving a very, very specific need, filling a very specific gap. Why? Because we're trying to use AI agents, AI automation to serve in those places. We're looking to streamline rather than to bring in new people. And, Jeremy Barnum's quote here is perfectly in line with a memo that JPMorgan Chase released back in May, which announced that they have a vision to reduce operations and support staff at least 10% over the next 5 years. So fire people and stop hiring is the name of the game. And again, not just JPMorgan Chase. This is kind of profound across the industry. I'll give you a couple examples here in just a moment, but and heck, you just watch all the videos on my channel. This is happening, guys. You need to pay attention to what's going on. AI is a big part of it. Let me continue. I'm getting ahead of myself. And because even the CEO, Jamie Dimon, acknowledged that AI is a huge, huge part of their plan. I mean, in fact, they're putting in $2 billion annually into their AI systems and AI training, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But even the CEO, Jamie Dimon, said that AI is going to affect jobs and we'll have more jobs, but there'll probably be less jobs in certain functions. I mean, guys, this is happening all over the place. I just covered this actually yesterday. Amazon laying off 15% of their HR staff. Why? Why are they doing that? Because you don't need to have that many Karens in your HR office when you can have AI look and filter through all these resumes. I'll post a link to a video here that's fascinating. McDonald's has used AI. I'll post a link to this video. McDonald's has used AI in their HR to screen 64 million resumes. 64 million. Do you know how many hours of human time, human labor was saved? 64 million? Quite a bit. Go check out that video here on McDonald's. It's pretty fascinating. And what Jamie Dimon also said is that they are very committed to upskilling and retraining their existing staff, which I can commend. It's important. We have to train our staff. And this is perfectly in line with what other big organizations are doing. I covered a few days ago Accenture, who's a big consulting firm. Post a link to this video here. They're doing the same thing, firing staff and upskilling their existing staff. They've already started the process of upskilling 550,000 of their workers in AI. Not just them. TCS, Tata Consulting Services, one of the largest Indian-based consulting platforms, has also fired staff. They've fired, it's a little bit argumentative, it's a little bit contested, but it looks like they've probably fired about 20,000 people. I've posted an entire video on that. You can check that out here. And they are committed to retraining and upskilling 100,000 workers annually over the next several years. So companies are firing the staff, they are slowing hiring, and they are upskilling who they have. By the way, if you're a college graduate, you know this just as well as anyone. Companies are not wanting to hire young college kids right now. They want to hire, they're just slowing the hiring. I don't know what to tell you guys. You have the book smarts, not the street smarts. And companies are looking for street smarts right now. They want experience, they want wisdom, they want the connections. And the problem that you have is that every company now has a PhD in their pocket. Every single human being has a PhD in their pocket with AI. AI is just really, really book smart. I need people with more hands-on experience. Anyway, that's just what I'm seeing and what I'm reading when I look at these reports. So let me explain exactly why. Before you go in the comments, and by the way, if you have a great comment, leave it below. I pin comments. If you have a really good comment, I will pin it. I've done it in the past, I'll do it in the future. But Chase has this vision to become a fully AI-powered megabank. And I'm gonna explain exactly how they're planning on doing this and how they are doing this and how you can adapt. That's what we're gonna do right here. So Chase has this LLM suite, this program called LLM Suite that is an AI that integrates into all of their systems, and it brings them all together into this, in their CRM called this LLM Suite. And it's powered by OpenAI, which is the ChatGPT company, and Anthropic. They have right now 250,000 employees using this tool, and their goal is to get every single, I think they have 370,000 employees. They want to get them all on this LLM Suite. And it just does so much for them. Everything from drafting emails, summarizing documents, creating investment presentations, proposals, drafting memos, data analysis. You cannot be a bank, a financial institution without using AI for data analysis, guys. You just can't. I'm sorry. If you're doing any sort of an analysis of charts, graphs, spreadsheets, and you're not using AI, that's a problem. And, again, one of the things that's important about these systems that big enterprises like Chase have in place is security and privacy and sensitive personal information, something that is certainly a problem with AI tools. You don't want to be uploading your social security number to ChatGPT. There have been instances in the past where this information gets leaked. So cybersecurity, it's going to be a massive field moving forward, guys. If you're a young kid looking for an industry to get into, cybersecurity would be one of my top picks. Maybe I'll record a video on that. If you want to hear a video on what are the top picks for the best careers to be in, let me know. Maybe I'll record a video on that. But cybersecurity is going to be big because as companies are more and more apt to use AI, there's going to be more and more information and data in these systems, and people are going to be looking for the back door to get in, bar none. So having cybersecurity is important. Now, I also want to share another video that I recorded on this topic because what we're seeing these big organizations do, and this is something that Microsoft is doing with their Microsoft 360, Office 365 suite, is they're integrating all their systems into one central AI hub. And this AI hub is trained on all the first-party data within the organization. So if you're the CMO for an organization, for example, you can see all the emails, all the calendar reports, all the Zoom calls, or Teams calls, whatever. You can see everything that's happening within your organization. It's all fed into your LLM tool. So you can just easily, quickly prompt and ask questions to your LLM and get a much better understanding of what's happening across your organization. And I think this is a reason why a lot of middle managers are getting cut out right now, because they're expensive and you don't need them as an executive when you have access to an LLM that can report on what Cindy did in the morning, or how many meetings she had, or how many mouse clicks did she have, how many emails did she send, what was in those emails, what are the common threads. One of the things that we're doing with one of the companies that I work with right now is we are getting all of our salespeople and customer service people into a AI Zoom assistant account. And what's cool about that is we're going to get recordings of all the calls that our salespeople are getting on. They're going to be fed into this AI, and then we're very easily going to be able to see what are the common objections that you're getting. What is your talk time? Big time. Salespeople know that the less you talk, the more you sell. Is one sales guy talking 40% versus another guy speaking 70%? I'm not gonna, maybe I'll record an entire video on this, but anyway, we're getting all of our organization into these same AI systems. We're using HubSpot to get all of our emails, all of our customer data into one system. And that, again, is what Chase is doing, just at an incredibly massive scale. I mean, this is a $100 billion company. So they're doing it on a huge scale. Probably more than 100 billion, by the way, don't quote me on that. Okay, so that's what they're doing. And again, I recorded this video. I'm gonna post a link to it here on how the Microsoft CEO is using this and what his favorite prompts are as he develops what they're doing at Microsoft with these AI tools. And again, having a central hub AI, this is where these enterprises are going, okay? I just want you to kind of think about that and how effective it is to have an assistant that you can ask a question to that has a PhD in every category and knows all the functions and all the actions that's happening with every employee within the organization, and also understands all of the interactions that every customer within your organizations have, and also is informed on everything that's happening on Wall Street, and understands everything. Do you understand how powerful this is? If your brain is starting to turn now on how powerful having this kind of central AI database is, put it in the comments below. Do you find this exciting or do you find this terrifying? Do you see this as giving you great opportunity to grow your organization, or do you see this as a massive threat to the small business owner or to the employee? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear from you. Because it doesn't even stop there, guys. AI also is assisting them with fraud detection, with customer support, with HR. I recorded a video yesterday. Amazon just fired 15% of their HR staff. I'll post a link to it here because this stuff is happening right now. The proof is in the pudding. You can watch the videos I'm posting. Every day, a company is laying off people and announcing that they're using more and more AI. It just continues to happen. But here's what I would say. This is my insight. This is my opinion. I'm not afraid of these tools, and I don't think that you should be afraid of them either. I think that when this stuff comes to your organization, or when you're thinking about implementing this in your small business, when you're thinking about how you're going to be a more effective employee or team member, a more effective contractor, subcontractor, think about how these tools can make you more effective, and be on board and be public. Don't be the guy in the back of the meeting who says, I don't want this tool, it's gonna take my job. Because I'll tell you that every organization is going hard in the paint right now. And if you're not on board with it, you're not gonna be on the boat, guys. You're gonna be off the boat. And I know what you're gonna say. I can already see the comments now. Mark, I don't wanna help train these programs. I don't wanna help train these softwares. I'm not comfortable with it because it's gonna take my job. And here's the reality. This software may take your job one day. It might. It might enhance your job. You might become a leader in the organization and make more money. You might be able to leave that job and find a better job because you understand how this software works. But what I can say is this. Companies are spending way too much money on this. Employers are spending way too much time on this. Companies are seeing huge rewards using this software. And if you go against the grain, if you decide that you're not going to learn these new technologies, you're not going to be functional. It's like trying to use a typewriter when people are using computers. You're not going to be competitive. So I would encourage you to find a way to align what you want to accomplish in life with your company's vision, with the market's vision, with the tools that are out there. That, I think, is the biggest, best piece of advice. And you might say, Mark, I hate the industry that I'm in, and that's fine. I believe that you can find new industries. You can find new ways to be productive. I know things can get bad out there. I know things are bad out there. But these tools give you a chance. This is a new age, guys. Everything's being reset now. And if you understand the tools, you start to use them, I think the opportunities are going to be tremendous for you. And that is my message to you. And if you're not sure exactly how all that works, I encourage you to sign up for my newsletter. It's completely free, aiupdate.ai. It's completely free. And it's just another way for me to better inform you on what I'm seeing in the market and what's happening in the news and some of the tools that I'm looking at, some of the firsthand experiences that I'm having. Go check it out. It's totally free, aiupdate.ai, because at the end of the day, what I want to see is humans flourish, all right? You deserve it. Humans are awesome, okay? Guys, I appreciate you watching the video. Thanks for signing up for the newsletter, liking, subscribing, all that stuff. I will catch you in yesterday's video. It's right here where I cover Amazon firing 15% of their HR staff and how you can survive this HR Karen apocalypse. Check out the video here. All right, boys, I'll see you later. Peace.